Hi everyone, Julia here recording this, May 14th, 2023. You can see Rosie and Indica the cats came along today. Buddy somewhere behind us, being a typical male dog, going off on tangents. But I was just thinking about how, especially those of us who had a lot of trauma and neglect growing up, we just search for and want to be loved. So, but the thing that we really need to be seeking is not to be loved, but to be love. To be love. And that's the big difference. And that all starts with us accepting who we are and feeling complete. Because in my personal experience, I always had a huge void that I wanted to fill, and I felt like I needed someone to love me, but I didn't even like myself or love myself, so that wasn't an easy thing to do. And I think we got the whole notion of being loved and loving out of what am I trying to say? We just got it wrong. Because love is a state of being. It's not something you do. All this other stuff is like. You like someone a whole lot. You have a lot of affinity for someone, or you don't. But love is a state of being. And you just are love. And the only love there is unconditional love. If it's conditional, it's not love, it's like. And when you are love, then it just radiates from you in infinite directions and pours out into the ether and onto anyone who comes, in contact with your biofield. And we come across these people who just radiate this bliss and love, and you might not even know them, but if you're near them, you just feel good. You feel it. You feel the love. So trying to find someone to love you is a dead-end street, because it's not really even possible in that sense. Unless you find someone who is love, then it'll end up being what it is, which is just a strong affinity. And some people do have these really strong, loving relationships that last their whole lifetimes. And they have that exchange of their beings. But then most of us end up in and out of relationships because everything is conditional. So it's kind of tricky, the love path. But I do know that once you do emotional healing work and you feel good about who you are, you don't have that void anymore and that need to have a partner, a significant other, as they like to term it. So that is a very liberating place to be. Very liberating place to be. And I'm nowhere close to being love, in my opinion. But that is what my intention is. And I'm trying to make actions in that direction. And I'll have to say that I'm definitely not there yet. I feel like I'm still very judgmental. And I'm really good at triggering people. And maybe if I was just being love, I wouldn't trigger so many people, but maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe that's part of my job here, is to trigger people and to get an emotional healing. And again, if you haven't heard, there's an emotional healing playlist on this channel. And the language lessons of the heart workshops as well. But what I'm also noticing is that you can't coerce anyone into doing shadow work or emotional healing work. And I was even going to do workshops here with the community, but unless someone asks for it, I'm not even going to do that. Although I will have a talk with Michael, because if you just go through the motions of the processes of language lessons of the heart or any other emotional healing modality, and you're not sincere and you don't have the true intention to do some deep down diving, getting to the nitty gritty, going through the hard parts, getting to the good part, if you're not willing to do all that authentically, then it's not going to work anyway. So it has to be everybody's decision to do this work. And I hear from a lot of people that are all about it. I know a lot of people. I know people who know people who know people. And they think it's a great thing, it's a good idea, but then they don't do the work. And it's simple work. You know, it's just getting alone, going to Michael Harrell's YouTube channel. What I did is I just watched every single one of his videos, probably 3 times, before it was all said and done. And I still have work to do, but man, I came so far, you know, from being addicted to whatever I could get my hands on to escape reality, always looking for someone to love me, to where I am now, to where I can't even imagine taking drugs and drinking. And yeah, I feel very complete. I don't feel like I have a void that needs to be filled at all. And I think that's another reason why we don't know what we want. It's because what we want is coming from a void. And man, it can hold everything and anything. So it's really hard to pinpoint what you do want. So, and what I want is just to have the life I have now. And able to help more people. And man, things just manifest before you even know it. So, thanks everyone for listening. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Remember to stay focused on what you want. Help others if you can. And I'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.